Hello, everyone. Give it a moment and let some people get in here. Um, Someone let me know if you can, if my audio is good. Still give it another minute or two. Hey, Ariel. Hey, Joker. How are you guys? Well, I hope. Hi, Arturo. How are you doing? Can you guys hear me good? Hey, Sue. Thanks, Joker. Good to see you, Sue. I might be around after this if you can talk, Sue. I don't know if you can. Hey, Miss Lady, glad to see you pop in. Yeah, Ariel, I get more alerts through Discord than I do YouTube. It kind of really stinks, but I just thought I would go live tonight. Really didn't want to, and was actually talking earlier to another guy about being burnt out on lives, video, anything, everything. Um, I'm doing pretty well, Joker. All things considered. Don't worry about it, Sue. If you don't catch my live, it's no big deal. I mean, hey, Boa Man, how are you doing, man? Glad to see you pop in. Um, yeah, I don't want to get like too crazy into detail. Benji, there you are. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. It's good to be in or be in the chat at TNT's live earlier. That was a pretty fun one. I never did get Ohio figured out. The question was Ohio considered part of the Confederacy? And I don't know that we ever got an answer. Joker, I'm loving the nature photograph group on Facebook. It's a good place to throw up some photos, just and not worry about people griping about your pixelation or what kind of camera lens you're using. Mr. J, long time no see, bud. I am sorry. The month of December seems incredibly busy, and I've got to get caught up on your channel, Mr. J. My apologies, but I'm glad you're here tonight. And I don't even remember how. That's what I was thinking, Arturo, and I think some people were saying that it was a that the state itself kind of considered itself a mix, and it got into all this history stuff, and it's like it was really outside the scope of Todd's channel, but it's okay. People just doing time in lives and grinding to get those hours. I understand that. My other platform is monetized, and this one's still not, so I'm still doing my lives and stuff over here. I plan to keep both of them active. Those who are supporting me on both, oh God bless you. I don't know. I'm following so many people. It's difficult to keep up. Chilled out with my yellow anaconda. Took some videos. Hey, Will, man, when you put up the videos, man, leave them up because it's like a day or two later when I can catch them. If you can, man, because I always like yellow anacondas. They're cool snakes. I mean, I'm glad I don't take care of one anymore. I used to have one. They're not near as bad as greens. Greens get huge. But anyway, I was talking to Lou Boyer tonight earlier, just on Facebook, and we were just kind of both talking about being burnt out on lives, and here I am doing one. So, yeah, Ariel, that's kind of why I was looking at Rumble. Is I started uploading over there, and then after the YouTube thing happened, I kind of let off uploading over there because if I'm going to upload a video, I can, upload it here, upload it there, and then upload it to a couple of other platforms. And it's kind of just effortless. You go in and click the button, and, and your video uploads. Hey, Beyond Prepping. I've been getting more and more interested in that kind of stuff beyond prepping, so I am going to see if I can uh doggone it. Okay, wait, I can sub you. I'm subbing you beyond prepping. Um and I'm rolling your video about Walmarts, although I don't know that I'm going to have an answer. Yeah, Arturo, December just kind of seems to be a little nuts. Um, I think for everyone, we already had our main family Christmas last weekend. Yeah, like last Sunday. And it went fairly well. Not all the family members were there. I have one uncle that's sick in the hospital with the you know what. I don't want to name names because God knows what's going to happen with social media these days. And now I've got another relative that may have it. And it's just like, oh God, rains it pours. And yeah, let's drop December for the good of all of us. Ariel, if it wasn't all the stress and stuff and things going on, I think I would really be having a good Christmas this year. And it's a good Christmas. I mean, any Christmas above ground is a good Christmas. Let's just say that. Thank you, Arturo. Thank you, Miss Lady. I appreciate that. Um, I do believe in the power of prayer, so I do appreciate it when people pray for relatives. But he's actually doing well. They moved him off ICU, and I thought he was going to have a lot of problems because he had some lung problems to begin with. But he seems to have responded fairly well to the treatment, and and that's kind of he's not well enough to go home, but I'm thinking in the next day or two he will be. William, man, mine are pretty much all on one side, I'll say that. And nobody really fights about that kind of stuff at Christmas. We do fight about other things, believe me. And then some genius introduces some alcohol and it can all go south quick. God, if it's cold up in Pennsylvania, I'm very sorry for that. Of course, it's probably the time of year. But it was like almost 70 degrees here today and sunny, but the past 2 nights have been frigid. It's like that's what Oklahoma is. It goes from like 29, 30 degrees at night to 50 degrees at night with a high during the day of 75. Pray for safe and free prosper. Okay, I will jot that down, Joker. Yeah, I'm trying to get some like things done before the end of December, and it's the incompetent people that I'm dealing with at some of the insurance companies that I'm working with are it's just really ridiculous. I'm like having to re-ask for papers that like I asked for 6 months ago, and now that they're changing hands and I'm trying to get like the rest of my retirement stuff paid out before they switch over to that new company, and I just don't see it happening. I understand that. Beyond I'm a nature channel here. I kind of try to stay out of politics, but sometimes it just kind of comes up in the lives. um, as long as everyone stays civil, I really don't have a problem with it as long as nothing crazy gets out there. But yeah, Joker, my friend from Grove City was talking about, or Grove City, Sandy Lake, somewhere up in there. Sue, you know Autumn, you know who I'm talking about. She'd say that the weather kind of down here kind of mimics what was up in northwestern Pennsylvania, but that it would be more severe. Like it gets like down to like, 30 here and it gets down to 20 there, like on the same storm front, and it goes back and forth. And where are you at beyond prepping? I would like to know. And I'm really glad you jumped in my live beyond prepping because I was looking at your channel and you look very followable, if that's a word. If not, it's going to be a word for this live. Because prepping is something that I honestly have kind of always had somewhat of an interest in. Gotcha. Oregon, gotcha. Yeah, and I tell you what, I was talking to a friend of mine about prepping issues last night. And, like I keep plants. I have like some cacti, and I also have some animals that I keep out in a climate controlled area. And I was telling him to save, any vinegar bottles for me because, you can stash water in them. And then you don't have to, like, I don't have to run a hose into the building, and it makes watering the plants and things a lot easier. But I was telling him, that it's like a secondary, drinking water supply in case something goes on. And he was like, you're not paranoid that something could happen. And I'm like, you know, yeah, I kind of sort of am. Not that I think the water supply is going to get cut off or anything, but I think that being prepared for things like supply chain disruptions, things like that, is never a bad idea. It's never a bad idea. Um, that's your cousin Joker. Okay, no, I do not use grow tents. That's a type of assassin bug called a will bug, I think. I'd have to see a side photo of it, and but either way, it's in the assassin bug family. But I saw a lot of those things this year down here, and I haven't seen one of those in 5 years. So I'm kind of like, you know, kind of confused because I saw those when I was a kid all the time. Then I don't see them, and it's just, and now you see them. Yes, Sue, that's what Autumn was saying. She was saying that, like, where they were in Pennsylvania, they have some hill cover, whereas in Oklahoma, I mean, there are some hills in the extreme eastern part of the state and the southwestern part of the state, but we pretty much just get wind. And she was talking about how cold the wind is, and like 50 here seems colder than 50 in northwest Pennsylvania, and she thinks it's like the wind and the wind chill, things like that. Yeah, Autumn will watch this tomorrow. Yeah, Autumn, we're talking about you, but you're in bed. That's okay. I understand. Keep Autumn in your prayers, man. She's had a long day. But anyway, this is just kind of, you know, just a Merry Christmas kind of live. I don't know that I will get a chance to do another live before Christmas. And so I wanted to thank people who like follow my channel. Smet Logic 50 here seems like -10. I kind of relate. It's probably about like 45, 40 here, and it's not that bad, but there's not a lot of wind. But where you're at, you're down in the southwest. I'm sure that does have that effect. You too, Benji. I hope you enjoy your Christmas. I don't know really I think everything's up in the air because of everybody's health issues. Normally I get together with my uncle. Normally I get together with my brother. He comes in from Tennessee. And then we get together with her family, which that's the big one with her family has already happened. And I just absolutely have I've been like taking like old old videos that I made like 2 years ago and releasing them to stay current for the algorithm because you don't want to like not release videos to YouTube. So one strategy that I keyed in on early was always have like a handful of videos. So when you go through a period of burnout like what I'm feeling like I'm going through right now, you can just, release, and then their videos that were originally on this channel, I'm now releasing them on my monetized channel. But I was yes, Met Logic. It's kind of funny. I was talking to Lou earlier about kind of being just burned out on the whole YouTube thing and making any videos. And not that you can really herp around here right now, but I've still got a ton of video that I really just need to chop up and edit. But I just haven't wanted to. I've wanted to just like so not really even be in front of a computer as little as I need to be. I think it's just this time of the year we're kind of in that lull where everyone's off work, or they're taking time off work, and things slow down and stuff. Exactly, good to have stuff in the pipeline. And man, Smet, I'm telling you, this year you're going to nail that vine snake. And I'm telling you, get snakes on the plains down there, because the guy has stupid beginner's luck. It makes me sick. He finds things that I've been looking for 5 years, like in his first attempt. I'd wring his neck, but like he could actually beat me up, so like I'm not going there. And I'm an idiot. I'll fight a lot of stupid people that I can't beat up, and I'll get my nose broke. I'll get other things broke. I'm not messing with snakes on the plains. If he sees this later, he'll think I'm talking smack, but I'm not. Joker, yeah. I'm trying to figure out where he is at in Kansas. I know he's on the eastern side of the state, but that's a good little nature photography group on Facebook for amateurs. Boa, man, thank you for stopping in. Ignore your relatives, man. If they get on your nerves or start yelling, just ignore them. Um, get get some earphones or some earbuds for your iPhone. Watch my videos. You can do that, Boa, man. And man, message me with some links or something if you pop up some videos, because I've always tried to watch yours, Boa, dude. I just don't always get the notifications. Exactly. The metal plate in my hand, I could do some damage. Um, exactly, Beyond. I kind of figured I would just spontaneously go live and it'd just be a chill event. I do have the metal plate in my hand. One of the screws is not staying where it needs to stay, so it's coming out on the 27th. Um, I'm going to have another minor outpatient surgery. And please do, Boa, man. Especially find me on Instagram or Facebook, one or the other, if you've got me there. And shoot me some links when you drop those videos. Because, man, I'll be sure and try and watch them and get a few other people to watch them. I want to see that yellow anaconda. But, Todd, could you drop me the link to that wildlife photo group? Ariel, I don't have the Facebook link right in front of me. Let me see if I can do this. If not, I could definitely message you, or let me see if I can. I don't know. Joker. Um, I'm sitting there trying to think, what is that? I just joined this nature photography group, and I think it's Joker's cousin's group. And I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, and it probably got said in this live. Let me see if I can find it, Ariel. Nature's Paintings. Here we go. It is a public group, so I'm going to invite Ariel. I hope that's okay, Joker. If it's not, I don't want you and Ariel fighting, but not that you would. Okay, Ariel, the account that I messaged you on in Facebook, that's the account that I invited to Nature's Paintings. It's Joker's cousin. It is a fairly good. It's kind of fun because it's just nature photos, just people taking stuff off their phone and amateur stuff. It doesn't have all the haughtiness of some of those photography groups on Facebook. I honestly do not like a lot of photography groups on Facebook because some of them are like, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's like, it's just like, like it if you like it, don't like it if you don't like it, or just ignore it if you don't like it. I mean, a lot of the nature groups are the ones that focus primarily on snakes, which is my main thing, snakes and other reptiles. They can get I don't want to say snooty, but some of those photography groups can get like that. But anyway, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Man, I've just been rambling. Of course, then again, I tend to do that in my lives. Corn and Chevelle and Hershey. That will be a good show, Sue. I've seen Chevelle 2 or 3 times. I've never seen Corn. Interestingly enough, they've always came through, but I've never seen them. Um, Never seen them live. That I've definitely had opportunities, but it just doesn't really pan out. It seems like I'm busy or something, and right now I'm still kind of avoiding concerts, crowds. I'm getting to where I just don't like crowds. I've got a buddy, Mark. He'll probably watch this later. He's um he's a good dude, and he's me and him have been friends for over 20 years. We worked together. We met on the job, and he's really into concerts. And so the whole health crisis that's happened the last year or 2 years has really taken a toll on that. But I'm like 5 years older than him, or three or something. Either way, I'm just kind of getting to where I really have to really be into someone to tolerate a crowd. I'm just not going to do it. Don't even go to hockey much anymore. I watch it on TV, but I used to follow our minor league team here, and I've just kind of gotten away from getting out of the house and doing things like that. Sorry to hear that, Ariel. It seems like groups on Facebook are just like that. There's someone and they have to either tell you what you're doing wrong, tell you this or that, criticize this. You should have used this lens filter. You should have done that. It's like, man, just click thumbs up or thumbs down and go on. Denver's usually had a good team, Smet Logic, from what I remember. I've watched them. They actually get televised on the NHL network. The college hockey does when it gets down to the Frozen Four, and Denver. It seems like they get in there a few times. I remember one year, I want to say they beat Boston, and it was kind of a shocker because everyone thought Boston was going to be the one to do it, and I'm not really a football person. I like soccer because I played it growing up. And so, like, I understand the game. I'll say that. And I think that makes a difference with soccer, and I think with baseball too. Because, like, please don't anyone get offended. Um, but baseball to me to watch like on TV, it kind of seems a little boring. But watching it live, you kind of get more of a feel for the game. But also, from the standpoint of having played it, you understand more about what's going on. So you're kind of like reading between the lines, and you're missing things that the casual fan won't pick up. Gary, how are you doing, man? Why are you still up? You should be getting some rest. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gary. I'm always glad to see you in my lives, but But man, with what I read about you earlier, man, dude, get some rest. Take care of yourself, Gary. And glad you're back home. Yeah, Alaska has the whole Pacific Northwest. I literally, this is one thing me and my wife have talked about. Um, Gotcha, Gary. Is we've talked about like flying to like Seattle and taking the cruise that goes like up the Canadian coast into Alaska, and and I think that would be, I think me and my wife have both wanted to go on a cruise. We've saved up some money to do that, um, and I think the Pacific Northwest. I would want to do the Cayman Islands, maybe hit Mexico, do kind of that area. But I also think the Pacific Northwest would be amazing. A lot of people don't really know this about me, but well, I'm kind of a desert lover and a big fan of everything desert: cacti, rattlesnakes, desert birds, lizards. I also am rather fond of the Arctic regions. Definitely would like to go see them. Very into polar bears, snowy owls, things like that. And definitely appreciate the nature. I see. I'll take the train to Bell. Right. Um, yeah, third time. Well, Sue, they must be good. They must be good. I've always heard they're good. I just have not really made it to one of their shows, and I do like some of their songs, which that's kind of odd. I In 1990 I missed the chance to see AC/DC, and that was like one of the few times they came from, or one of the few times they came to my town of Tulsa. Pacific Northwest of Seattle down the coast is a great drive. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thanks for the tips, Met Logic. Yeah, but Tulsa, we just got like a real, arena that like the size of Phoenix, Denver's arena, St. Louis's arena. We finally got like a real arena here about 10 years ago. And it's now we have like Madonna, U2, all the big name acts come through. They generally didn't before. We had like a 10,000 seat convention center. And like in Dallas, Phoenix, Denver, you have these 18 to 20,000 seat arenas. And now that we have a bigger arena, we can sell. I mean, the concerts sell out and things when they have them. And but I missed out on AC/DC, and then they came back through like 5 or 6 years ago, and the show was in the middle of an ice storm. It was the Black Ice Tour, actually, and that's what I remember about it. That's how I remember this. So whatever year that was, and had tickets to it, and ended up not going because they really don't do the best job in this state of treating roads for ice. And if it would have been marginal, I probably would have like taken my beater vehicle and made it. But it was a pretty bad ice storm, and they went ahead and had the show. And a lot of fans were mad that they didn't reschedule, but it's a band management thing that's probably out of their hands. Thank you for the tip, Boa man. I'll try and go check them out after this live. And I don't know. We're right at about 30 minutes. Um, I know. I know that Smet Logic is going to get that vine snake this year. I feel it coming, Smet. Does anyone have any goals for the new year? No, I hate to ask about New Year's resolutions, but does anyone have any goals for the upcoming new year? I don't know that I have any, and I don't know that I'm going to make any. I could say lose weight, but I say that every year, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and the following year I gain it back. Oh gosh, Arturo. I tell you what, I love the southern United States just because of the warmth, the longer snake seasons. I do think the Pacific Northwest could grow on me if ever I lived there. I definitely think it could be the kind of place where you wouldn't, like, I wouldn't think I would go to the Pacific Northwest if ever I were to move anywhere. Um, I would probably move to Arizona to be in the middle of the desert. Arizona, southern Utah, New Mexico, uh, places where there's rattlesnakes. It's what I like. Rattlesnakes, cactus. I like things that can hurt you. KY Constrictors, how are you doing? Good to see you, KY. The question earlier in TNT's live, and I don't want it to get out of hand here, was Ohio part of the Confederacy? And I think it's been established that Ohio was actually part of the Union, but that was the $50,000 question earlier on TNT's live. You should go back and check it out about halfway through. That was fun. Gary, I have not seen. When was you see Metallica? Was the show good? I haven't seen them since '92. I I understand that, Joker. I saw Metallica in '89 on the Injustice for All tour, and then I saw them on the tour for the Black album. Uh, and and it was pretty interesting concerts. I really haven't followed him much past the Black album, and really Injustice for All is kind of where I left off. I really liked Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets. Those were my two favorites by them. Exactly, Arturo, and that's why. Okay, thank you for the information, KY. Um, oh boy, yeah, and that's another thing, Arturo, is seeing the nature in the Pacific Northwest would be just amazing. The things like the grizzly bears, the moose, the lynx, things like that. To see the bears when they hit that salmon spawn on that river. There's actually a camera on YouTube that follows that when it happens live. Oh, I'd love to see a wolverine. I've seen quite a few wolves, but a wolverine is something I've never seen. Oh, it's okay, Beyond. Thank you for stopping in, Beyond. If I don't get to say bye to you, know that I did sub your channel, and I'm going to go check it out after this. That's what I love about lives, man. People you don't know jump in your channel, and it can be a channel that you would be interested in, and so you find new stuff that way. 20 foot from a brown bear. Nah, I mean, you may have been Arturo. I could be like 20 yards from a brown bear. Preferably 50 yards, and like with a telephoto lens. Um, I wouldn't doubt that that's a majestic thing to see in the wild. I mean, seeing them in zoos is cool. Don't get me wrong, but to see them like actually on the river in the wild snagging the salmon, I just think that would be amazing. I would not. Cement Logic. My personal take on Bigfoot. I'll say this out here for the record. Um, I don't really think Bigfoot exists. I think we would have found some skeletal evidence of one if they were truly around, or some yahoo somewhere would have shot one of them or something. Just my hunch. I'm not wanting to debate it, but let me know. Everybody in the chat, let me know if you believe in Bigfoot, because this could get fun. Definitely really glad my Discord people stopped in here tonight. I talked to Boats, and he was telling me that, man, people been missing you and asking about you. And Joker, if you're still around, or Miss Lady, if you're still around, I will from time to time check and see if anyone's in the chat in our group. And I have not been catching people in there, and so I'm sure you guys are still meeting in there. I just have been missing you, and um, that's bad of me. I miss all you guys. So know that I'm Miss Lady, Boats, Joker, Chris, uh, Mickey, all the cool people. I'm thinking of you guys. Um, and I kind of miss us being able to get together and having the same timing. Ariel, that's what I always thought. You know, a lot of those things, photos you've seen, I think they've been probably hoaxes. Another thing is game cams and trail cams, and those have been so much more widely used. I think we'd have a picture of one. Although, Cement Logic, I'd like to know if there's Bigfoot rumors in Arizona. That would be really interesting, because a lot of people think about Arizona as being just the desert, but I would bet that when the mountains in Arizona, you can really you could really hide there. Our game department here in Oklahoma is just in the last few years starting to acknowledge the fact that there are cougars or mountain lions in the state, and they think there's not an existing solid population, but like they move through from point A to point B. I don't know that I really agree with that because they're on the east side of the state, the west side of the state, the center part of the state, and I just don't know that they would really. I mean, I can see them going through the Oklahoma Panhandle like way more frequently to get from Texas to Kansas. But I kind of would think that if we've got black bear here and they're very rarely seen, because we do have a lot of black bear in eastern Oklahoma, they were. I'm hearing that the development in northwest Arkansas is pushing those populations further east, and that's where they're showing up to, like we've had some black bear get into people's or into actual cities and things like Muskogee, Claremore. These are populated areas they wouldn't normally just waltz right into. But exactly, Smet. You, I'd like to find a ringtail. My buddy Kevin found one in West Texas. Right on, Boa Man. I'm totally agreeing. Yeah, and seeing a wolverine, I always loved the I want to say it was a Wild America episode on Marty Stouffer did one on wolverines, and it was really I found it really interesting, fascinating little creatures, but also not the kind of thing you'd want to mess with because I mean those things aren't scared of bears. I mean he was showing them like charging black bears or and grizzly bears and trying to push a grizzly bear off its kill. It's like this wolverine is psycho. It's like the psycho Satan animal or something. Oh no, I just made that up. The psycho Satan animal. I kind of like that. Um, Wolverine could beat up the honey badger. That's funny. I don't doubt it, Smet. I kind of also think that honey badgers aren't those like kind of similar to wolverines, just found on different continents. Just a guess. I could be way off there. I don't know all my evolutionary biology as well as I pretend to on Facebook. Um, yeah, I just kind of think if Bigfoot was really around, um, we would have some more better evidence. I would just say that. Now, on the flip side of that coin, you got to imagine this. You know, nature is very effective at cleaning up a mess. So, like, if a Bigfoot died in the woods, and it did exist, and it died in the woods, I mean, the vultures and coyotes may clean it up before anyone ever found it. I would still think that we would have found some solid evidence by now, but at the same time, it's like I was in a crime group discussion earlier, and they were talking about Clarence Owens or George Owens in Tennessee, and he was an elderly man who I think what happened is he had a stroke. He disappeared into this very forested area in Tennessee around 1988. And the argument was being made that if he was there, a deer hunter would have stumbled across him by now or across his body. Um, and I kind of threw out the argument, well, yeah, but he's also, you know, if the place is filled with deer, there's coyotes out there, there's vultures, things like that can really kind of also clean up stuff. And also another thing, as someone who's hunted deer, when I'm out in the woods hunting deer, like I might not really notice in a really heavily forested area like East Tennessee, which is really similar to eastern Oklahoma. Hey Kurtwood, glad to see you. I ran your live the other night. Sorry I couldn't get in the chat much, but we had a kind of a similar situation with a guy named Leroy Still Smoking, who disappeared in Cherokee County, and I actually used to live in Cherokee County. Smet Logic, that's the Tahlequah area, the Illinois River, all that land through there. And this guy like disappeared into a 15,000 acre nature refuge that gets heavily hunted every year. I mean, it's like you would have to be head to toe orange to go into this area, because it's just there's so many people that public hunt that land. And so you kind of think on one hand they would have found him or they would have found evidence of him, but then on the other hand, this is where he was last seen, and he was walking into the woods and no one ever saw him come out, and he's never surfaced. But my friend Joe that I made the tribute videos for, he got into all these Bigfoot podcasts the last couple of years of his life, and he just really was fascinated with cryptozoology. I don't even know that he really believed it, but he was a good guy. Definitely thank you if you checked out the checked out the checked out the tribute video I made for him. Oh, no worries, Kurt. Man, I try to cover you guys, especially grinding for hours. I know y'all would do the same for me. Did Arturo? I hope you get that done. UFO abduction on George. You know, Smet Logic, the other part of it, and it's funny because I want to say it was in one of Chad Whitney's crime groups at one point, is one witness who saw George Owens's car go up the hill never saw the car come back down the hill, but when it went up the hill it was being followed by a truck, and the witness saw the truck come out. So it's like, did he drop his car there and get a ride out with this guy he came in? Was there foul play? We don't know. um, but the odd thing that I clued into was they found a bunch of like sticks and firewood in the back of his car. And, you know, his wife said that he would never put anything in the back of his car. Well, you know, if you're going to kill someone in the woods, I wouldn't load up their car with firewood. But he was in the habit of picking up firewood around his home in Nashville, Tennessee. So I still think a lot of evidence points to the fact that he had a stroke or something, became disoriented, wandered the wrong direction in the woods. I mean, if I'm in good health and even in much, I'll say excellent health 20 years ago, I could get lost in the woods. Smet Logic Jubal will have some good stories about that if you two ever hook up. I highly recommend herping with Jubal if you get the chance, because he'll find everything you won't, and he'll see everything you don't. Kid's got sharp eyes. But right on. I mean, it's just kind of, it could have been any number of things, but to say, you know, this or that is the final answer, you know, I don't know that we can do that. Oh, but I don't know. Just no one really had any New Year's resolutions or goals. Or a few people had some. Arturo had some. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat. Anyway, but are you, let me know in the chat if you guys are doing like a traditional Christmas celebration or if you're doing New Year's Eve. If you're not doing one at all, let me know. And if you're watching this later, feel free to comment on that, because I kind of find that interesting. Like my family growing up, we always did Christmas on Christmas Eves, or Christmas Eve. Can't talk tonight. I may not be long for this live, honestly, because I'm starting to get dry mouth and stuff. But Seahawks game and a Sounders game, those would be cool. Hey Smith, always good to have you stop by. Thanks. Man, like I said, this next year you're going to nail that vine snake. I'm trying to think. I need to look those guys up. I need to do some more about them. Hey LTC Cherno, Eastern Blacktail or an Indigo. I'm starting to believe that don't exist. I haven't really targeted those species, Cherno, but I understand the feeling. I understand the feeling. Joker, great point. One day at a time and being happy you get through the day is a good goal, and I believe in having what's called an attitude of gratitude. I know that sounds cheesy and corny and cliched, but it's the truth. I wake up, I'm in fairly decent health. I can do the things I do, and so I'm just really happy with that. I don't need I don't have to like buy a new toy every other month like some people I know. Yes, Logic, get out of here, man. Get that beauty sleep, and I'm looking forward to the video of you guys finding the vine snake. Hopefully, I'm down there because I'm planning on hitting Arizona this next year if things work out. I do want to get down there with Nathan and those guys. Not sure what will happen, but one day at a time, that's the way I live. But I would like to. 2 Christmas celebrations. Gotcha. That's interesting, Arturo. I'm going to look that up. Russian Christmas, 3 Kings Day. Gary, now I understand. I have, my wife's family is so big that we kind of like either draw names or, we're selective on things because we just, if you got a gift for everyone, it's like, just go out and buy 30 gifts. It would be nuts. I come from a small family. She's from a big family. It's just a little different. And this is my second Christmas without either of my parents, and that's different. It's definitely a different slant. Exactly. Grateful to be healthy and free. Gotcha. For New Year's. Sue, I'm kind of looking forward to New Year's this year. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to do anything. I'm sure we're going to stay at home and cook and just watch TV. But that is sounding better that's sounding better than Christmas this year. I don't know why. Normally, I'm not big on New Year's Eve. I'm more big on Christmas, but either way. Gotcha, Arturo. Is moose good? I've never eaten moose. I've eaten elk. I've eaten all kinds of different deer and things like that. But I've never had moose. So I've had salmon. Salmon's good. I like salmon. But anyway, gotcha, Cherno. Cherno, do you do herping videos? I know you mentioned an eastern blacktail and an indigo, so I didn't know if you did videos. Let me see if I can get to your channel. YouTube, it used to be very easy just to go to someone else's channel. Now you have to click the dots. Oh, and what pops up? A venomous western diamondback rattlesnake. Okay, the Atrox is my favorite, as you can tell. You're getting a sub, LTC Cherno. Thank you very much for popping in my chat. And once again, good to find new creators. It looks like you've got some good stuff. I don't know. Atrox are common. A lot of people run them down. I just always think they're fun to mess with. They're fairly common in western Oklahoma and some parts of eastern Oklahoma. And they're definitely fun to interact with. I'll say that. Yeah, Sue, I'm kind of the same way. I'm there's no place like home. I used to go out when I was younger, and I just don't anymore. I just stay inside. I'm not worried about the drunks because everybody says don't go out on New Year's Eve because of the drunks, and I'm sitting there going, all those cops are fighting for overtime to work New Year's Eve, and there's all kinds of checkpoints. So I'm thinking New Year's Eve is actually probably one of the safer nights to drive. I could be wrong. What area, Cherno? If you don't mind me asking in the chat, you can just leave it at state. Exactly, Joker. I understand that 100%. Moose is good, similar to deer or caribou. Yeah, I would imagine. I'll definitely have to try it if I ever get up there and get around somewhere that serves it. That would be on the bucket list. Gotcha, Boa Man. Sometimes that can be rough. And then sometimes that can work. You just gotta play it by ear, man. Stay in your room, dude. Stay in your room, I'm telling you. Stay in your room or get some earbuds for your iPhone. Yeah, elk burgers. That's what I've had. I've had an elk burger. I don't know where they're getting it from, but there's a place down the street that serves elk burgers and bison burgers. That's kind of getting big here. Not Lou. Been a long time no see. Do hit me on IG, because, man, I haven't talked to you in a while, and I know you've had some stuff going on. Central Texas, aha. Yeah, I may be down in Waco around the end of February. Cherno, I get down there sometimes. Ariel, and my heart goes out to you for that, Ariel, because and there's people in those situations, and that's why I kind of like, I think people really need to be understanding, because a lot of people sadly don't really have anyone to spend the holidays with. And then this year it's kind of just it's kind of bizarre, because I don't know what's going to happen, because of I've got two family members sick. And Jeremy, if you watch this later, Jeremy, if you watch this later, I need to hit you up, because I know that you watch my lives sometimes after they play, so I'll just go ahead and address you here. But do that, not Lou. Hit me up on IG. The one thing I'm not really wanting to try is bear. That's one kind of meat that I'm just not really. I don't feel. I mean, I would probably try it, but I just am not really looking forward to that. And yeah, Ariel, don't forget Discord. I just need to make a concerted effort to get in there and find Joker and Miss Lady and all them when they're in the Discord room. But hey, no way. How are you doing? But it's I just figured I'd do a live before Christmas. I think the last one I did was 4 days ago, and I'm really kind of burnt out on lives. I mean, you do them to get watch hours, they're good for that. You do them to interact with people, they're good for that. I would honestly rather be making video, but I could go 2 months and not make a video, and I would be, I think I'd be okay with that. Or making dog videos or other videos. Um, you know, I'm kind of like, it's not that I've lost interest in making videos. It's just kind of like I just don't want to edit snake videos or nature videos right now. Drone videos. I've got a drone channel. I don't publicize it. It's not really that good. I think I'll start poking it out there a little more once I get some better videos and stuff. But I'm learning. I've been flying for about 2 years now, and Joker, what is the thing to do? Like, if let me and Ariel know, because I think we're two of the people that missed the crowd in Discord. Like, I thought about right before I did this live, I may do this later. I may just jump in the video chat over there and just see who shows up. Do you announce it in chat, or do you just show up in video chat and then sometimes people show up, or or what? Fork me the science on that when you get a second, if you can, Joker. And I may head there after here. Honestly, gang, my voice is starting to go, so I am going to go ahead and bring this live to a close. Merry Christmas. Whatever your situation is, whatever you're going through, whether it's good times, bad times, lots of family, no family, remember to look for the good in things. Even when everything looks bad, look for the good and try to find that and hold on to that. And remember, gang, I'm almost always around, from 10 to 2 a.m. This time of the year, that I'm Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Hit me up in Messenger, things like that. You know, that's cool, Gary. That's a good thing to do. And that's another thing is if you don't have family and you find someone that you associate with, invite them over if you can. I know that's kind of a really tricky subject right now because I've got a buddy and he's got a friend who he just hooked up with. Um, I might hold on that Joker. I'll tell you. I'll hit you up on. I'll hit you up over there. But I think Ariel and Sue are already there, and I think it's a good thing for them. But I just have been missing everybody. But anyway, my friend he recently met this guy he really likes. They hit it off. They're trading record collections and all this stuff. He just lost his place to live, and my friend is like, if I'd have known this guy better, I'd let him crash on my couch. But you kind of got to be careful who you trust these days. You just can't always just open your doors to everybody. But if I don't see you guys before then, man, have a Merry Christmas. Um, and and hey, LTC Cherno, thank you for stopping in, and thank you for saying something when you did stop in. You at least got a sub out of it. I mean, I hit your channel. If you got Aatrox, I'm going to sub you. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably head to Discord after this because Discord, I don't have to do all the talking. But, gang, thank you, Miss Lady. Thank you, Ariel, Arturo, Gary, Joker, KY Beyond Prepping, Boa Man, KY Constrictor, Smet, Metal Mama Sue. You know I'm always thinking of you. Thank you, guys. I mean, right now the lives aren't really popping as much as they have been. Benji, thank you. Thank you guys for jumping in, and thank you for attending the week before Christmas live. Hey, Eric B, kind of bringing it to a close. Thank you for that, Beyond Prepping, and I appreciate finding your channel. I've got some of those on my playlist, so I'll definitely be around. Eric B, sorry, but I'm gonna bail out here pretty quick. And my voice is starting to go. My allergies have been bad. I took a Benadryl earlier. I was hoping to crash early tonight. I just don't think it's going to happen. But Joker, I'm going to catch you and some of the other gang in Discord if you're going to be over there. If not, I'll shoot you a message. But guys, have a Merry Christmas. Remember to look for the good. Remember we're all going to get through all of this together. Yes, Sue, if someone could have killed you by now, I mean, I think that probably would have happened, but you're just invincible. I'm really starting to believe that, Sue, honestly, because you have just had some stuff. Eric B, man, I'm glad you did. I don't know if you were in TNT's live earlier. That was an interesting one at points. I was kind of half in, half out, so I don't always catch you in. Kurtwood 75, thank you for stopping by. But anyway, gang, I want you to know that I think about you. I'm really grateful that you watch my videos on this channel and my other channel, that you jump in my lives. I've got 14 thumbs up. I could have 5, So please know that I appreciate you taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half hour, an hour out of your day to hang out with me. I don't ever... Would I like to be bigger on YouTube? Who wouldn't? You make more money that way. But at the same time, I don't ever want to be so big that I, forget my friends, forget where I came from, that kind of thing. I just want you guys to know that I am thinking about you guys, and Hoping all goes well for your holidays. If you have a question about anything we covered in the live, drop something in the comments below. I plan on leaving this up. A few people will see it tomorrow. There's people that follow my lives after the fact, so I generally try to leave up my lives. I know some people just delete their lives. I tend to leave mine up unless something goes really bad. But but um but anyway, gang, just know that I appreciate you guys stopping by. Gary Kelshaw, man, dude, get some rest. And I know you just woke up, but take care of yourself, bud. I want to see you in the new year, man. And I'm going to be thinking of you and, and pulling for you. So, gang, I'm out. Thank you for that, Joker. Please hit the like button if you haven't. I am still collecting hours on this channel because of, my monetized platform, Roundup Rodeo, a lot of controversial stuff on there. And so I'm trying to get stuff uploaded over there. But I'm still going to keep this channel going too, which is kind of a pain because one YouTube channel is really enough to manage. And even if you don't do like the high-end crazy edits that like people like Joker do or people like Smetlogic do, Smetlogic Herping, that guy is a work of art. He really produces a good, entertaining video. But it's just like, it's a lot of work, and people don't realize. People think you go on YouTube, you make a video, you make money. No, usually it's 3 to 5 years before you get to where you can make money, and it's just not an easy gig. And then you don't make a lot of money. I'm not going to delve into it, but I had a video shoot up over 1 million views. It put me into monetization on my other channel. It got me 4,000 subs in 1 week. But now I'm seeing where like it started out as this mountain, now it's tapering off as the months go on. And don't get me wrong, $20 is $20. I mean, I'll take it. I'm still getting something out of what I'm doing. Hey, Solo, how are you doing? I'm glad you could stop by. I was just telling everybody that I'm getting ready to cut out for the night. But just know that I appreciate you guys who take the time to watch my videos, take the time to check out my lives. Even if you can't hit all of it, hey, I appreciate it. You guys get me that watch time and those views, and that's what I need to keep doing this. And I just appreciate you guys doing that, because I support a lot of channels too. Exactly, Joker. You spend a lot of time in YouTube, and then things go wrong, or something you use, like some of the stuff you do, Joker, you use a media clip or something, and then it gets flagged or something, and it can be a mess running a YouTube channel. And I kind of understand why some people just get to the point where I'll just kick out videos when I can kick out videos, and the hell with monetization. I understand that, I really do. Thank you, Solo. I am well right now. Plan on keeping it that way. Everybody, have a Merry Christmas. If you don't see me go live before then, have a Merry Christmas. Benji, you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for being a hammer. Joker, Ariel, thank you guys for being a hammer. You guys do great. We don't have problems in here, do we? Other people's lives do. We don't in here. So, thank you guys for running those hammers and being the kind of folks you are. You're good people. Thank you for hitting the like button. I'll see you guys probably in the new year. Take it easy.